Hey everybody, I am coming to you with a special video this week. Um, I've had quite a few folks struggling with creating documents and uploading them to the assignments. And it is a skill that you are going to need in every class that you take forever. So I want to make sure that y'all understand what exactly needs to be done. When you are creating your formal writing assignments in English 107, they're the ones that are titled um, writing activity, I believe is the title that it actually uses. Um, those are formal writing assignments. They must be uploaded to Blackboard. You cannot just write in a box like you do in the discussion boards. And I talk about this every single week in the weekly walkthroughs, and I demonstrate it every single week in the weekly walkthroughs, but I still have a lot of folks who seem to be really struggling with this. So I'm going to take you from start to finish on doing a writing assignment for English 107. So we're going to look first at the assignment itself, and then we're going to see how we would use Microsoft Word to create that document. Now, if you don't have Microsoft Word, you are able to get it on your home student portal screen. You should have a button that looks like this. Click here for Office 365. So you can download Office 365 onto your computer. If you are trying to do all of your work on a phone, that is not going to be a successful way to complete your college education. You absolutely must be using a real computer, whether it's a laptop or a desktop, doesn't matter, but it has to be a computer, not a laptop, and not a phone, and usually not even a tablet. There are versions of Microsoft Word that are compatible with mobile devices, but quite frankly, I don't know why you would try to do something on a tiny screen when it's a formal assignment. You need to use a computer. And yes, I know we all run into computer problems, or a computer needs to be replaced, or whatever the case may be. But then when you're taking online classes, you should be making arrangements to use a computer, maybe in a public place. Every public library has computers that you can use. Certainly, if you're living close enough to Post or another college, those also have computers that you can use. And many college libraries will allow you to come in and use those facilities, even if you're not a student at that particular college. So let's say you don't live in near Post, but you live near another college. Go to the front desk and ask them, am I able to use a computer in here? But public libraries for sure will have computers that you can use. So that's number one. You've got to use a computer to do these assignments. It's just that simple. All right. So we're going to go, I'm going to look at Unit 4, since that's where we are currently at. And we're going to scroll down, and here's the one we're talking about. So this symbol with the little quote thing, the speech bubbles, that is a discussion board. Now, I personally, when I'm taking classes, and I do take classes myself, I write my discussion boards in Microsoft Word so that I can save them and take some time to proofread. You don't have to. For a discussion board, you can write directly on the screen. However, if you are not taking some time to proofread it, you are putting possibly bad grammar and punctuation and spelling out there for the whole class to see. So in some ways, I think those are even more important, because more than just your instructor sees them, your classmates do as well. This is one reason why in week 1 we talked a lot about Grammarly. Grammarly is something that you can load again onto your computer, but it will catch those things kind of automatically. So you can type in a box. This symbol that looks like a typed piece of paper is your formal writing activities. And whenever you see this, you should be going, oh gosh, I have to write this in Word. You can use Google Docs if you want. In Google Docs, you can save things as a Word document. If you know nothing about any of these programs, it is really incumbent upon you to do some background learning. There's tons of tutorials out there on YouTube for free that can help you get more proficient at using word processing programs. But you cannot successfully complete a fully online college degree without using Word or a similar program to create documents that you are going to turn in. You just can't do it. They also need to be not only saved either as a Word file or as a PDF, but they also have to be in APA format, which we've talked a lot about. And again, I've demonstrated it several times, but I'm still getting things that are not. So really, really, really important that you start thinking about, how am I going to put all this stuff together? So we're not just learning about writing, we're learning about packaging that writing and giving it to our instructors, because you're going to write papers in other classes besides English. And your other instructors are going to just assume that you know how to do this. They're not going to spend time talking about it like this. So really important that you start getting it now. All right, so when we have a writing activity, we always have an assignment sheet that is a link, right? I open these every single time. So we're going to open it. In this assignment, I have to write 2 paragraphs, and I have to use this article in my second paragraph. I have to quote from it and I have to cite it. So I'm going to highlight this reference citation right now. In fact, is there one down below that doesn't have the underline? No. All right, well, I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, I went ahead and opened it, which is fine too. When you open it, you can also click on this button right here that says cite, and we'll be able to copy and paste this citation. So let's take this and copy it. And we're going to go to my blank Word document. Now, before I do anything else, I am going to create my APA setup. Now, I've already got the APA template, but I want to show you how easy it is to do it, even if you don't use the template. So we're going to click on no spacing. We're going to click on double spacing because we want to eliminate words, weird spacing, and then turn on regular double spacing. I would suggest using the default font, which is Calibri 12. If you want to change to Times New Roman, you can. That's the norm. Times New Roman 12 is what a lot of instructors insist that you use. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So we're going to turn on Times New Roman. 12 point is correct. We do need a header, so we're going to insert, and the only thing we need is a page number. So we're going to come up here to where it says page number, and it's going to ask us where we want to put it. We want it in the header, and we want it on the right-hand side, and we do want to show the number on the first page. Everything there looks good, so we just click OK. Now, because I changed the font of the paper, I'm actually also going to come up here and change this to Times New Roman as well. All right, and then we can close the header. All right, so on page 1 of our document, we're going to be in the center, and we're going to click down a couple. APA starts kind of in the middle of the page. Our title is going to be in bold. I'm just going to call this Unit 4 writing activity for right now. And then we unbold. And then the next item that goes, and I'm going to have to cheat a little bit. The next item that goes is the student's name. Where'd my other word go? It's hiding behind all my windows here. Sorry. Okay, so the next item that goes is the student's name. So let's be Mary Sunshine today. Seems like a good plan. Next is the instructor's name, I believe. Now I have to cheat again. Oh my gosh. Nope, department name and post-university. Sorry. And then I know it's the class, so ENG 107, the power of words. Now we get to put my name for the instructor. And then the last thing is the date, and this would be the due date, which for unit 4 is May 28th. So let's put May 28th, 2023. All right. Next thing is we're going to center the title again at the top of page 2. So I'm going to just copy it and I'm going to insert a page break. If you are one who just hits enter until you get to the next page, I promise you, your life will be happier once you start learning to use page breaks. Now, the paragraph itself is still going to be double spaced. It's not going to be bold. So I'm going to turn off bold. And it is also not supposed to be centered. So we need to go back to the home screen and we want to turn on the align left or the left justified. And then our first paragraph, remember, is going to be, let's go back to the assignment sheet here. Oh, I need both of those open. There we go. So the first paragraph is going to be, what is one self-care routine that you think works best for you and why? So in my first paragraph, I'm going to tab over because the first line gets indented 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to write about my self-care routine. Oops, I shouldn't be in bold. Thought I turned it off, but apparently I turned it on. I don't know why this is flagging it. No, you need to ignore it. It's wrong. There we go. Okay, so there's my paragraph on my self-care routine. The assignment, remember, said each paragraph needs to be at least 6 sentences. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have exactly 6. Now I could go into more detail, but I'm sure watching me type a paragraph is not really the most fun thing you've ever done. So the next paragraph, let's go back to the assignment sheet. The next paragraph is based on the article, what did you learn about self-care? Select one quote from the article to support your answer to the above question. Include an in-text citation after the direct quote following this format. So in writing about an article, it's often a good idea to establish what the article is early on in the paragraph, even before you're going to directly quote from it. So this particular article was published in the Star Press. The author's name is Will Grinstead. And then, of course, we have the article title as well, Time to Practice Some Self-Care. What are some common misconceptions about self-care? So I'm going to start my paragraph out with talking about this article and establishing what this article is. So Will Grinstead's article in the Star Press, and I'm putting this in italics because it's the name of a newspaper, talks about the importance of self-care and includes information on what some people get wrong. And I'm putting this in quotes because I don't mean to call people wrong, but so in our paragraph, let's go back to the assignment sheet. It says we're going to select one quote from the article to support your answer to the above question. So I'm not going to dig into the article too much right now. But I'm just going to pick a quote. I kind of like this one because I sort of it sort of goes against my my retail therapy, but I kind of like that. So he says a friend was talking about their big purchase, calling it self-care. Is it self-care? Is self-care about buying things? And he's arguing no. So I'm gonna write, even though my self-care routine sometimes involves buying a yummy treat. I don't want to call it yummy treat again. Delicious food or cool items at Epcot. I agree with Grinstead that just the act of buying something is not really the best way to take care of oneself. In fact, and this is where we're going to put the direct quotation, indulging by buying, there we go. There's a good quote. Okay, so there's the quote we're going to use. In fact, oops, I need to use the match formatting so it's the same font. And that was indulging by buying food or experiences won't refill your tanks in any lasting way. Then we have a quotation mark, and then we have the in-text citation, which is Grinstead. Oops, I can't spell today. 2019, and it was on page, this is from, it's all from page C2. We talked about that in the weekly video, P period C2. Okay. And then we need to follow up and talk about the quote. He is absolutely right. Money and materials do not buy peace or, oops, I guess I could use the right word. Good grief. This is a Grammarly, by the way, that's doing this and helping me catch things that I would have missed. Money and material things do not buy peace or happiness. Instead, what I really take away from strolling around Epcot is a bit of nature, exercise, and people and observation. There we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, exactly 6 sentences. Not the ideal, but it's fine. And then I'm going to insert my page break again because I'm going to do the references page. Now, I started out to tell you to do the references page first, and then I didn't bother to do it. So I apologize, but I normally do create my references before I do anything else. When you are creating a reference page for an APA paper, it will say references, of course, and then we will go back to the regular margin, the left margin, but now we need what's called a hanging indent instead of a regular indent. So we're going to take the bottom triangle and move it over to the 1/2 inch mark. Now, I copied that quote, so I need to come back and I need to copy the citation again. So copy that, and we're going to paste it. Again, if you use match formatting, it will keep the fonts, and it will also help with this having the star press in italics. Now, if you look back at the assignment sheet, you will notice that the citation that they gave you is a little bit different. It doesn't have that URL at the end. So feel free to take it off. If you get it from the library source directly, I'm fine with it being there. It's not wrong to not have it though. So I'm gonna make it look just like it did in the original and in our assignment sheet. Okay, that's it. Now I'm gonna save this. Unit 4 writing activity, new sample. I'm going to attach this just like I have been. Now, I have previously given you this document, which is still set up exactly the way it should be. Everything's fine on there. But I'm going to attach a new one. Please, 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 please. Starting with Unit 4, make sure that when you turn in these writing activities, they are correctly submitted. They are not just written in a box, that they are created in Word or Word compatible program, and that they are saved, and then you upload them. So let's one more time look at how to turn that in. So let me go back to the class, and we're going to now submit it. So we're going to click on the writing activity. I'm going to browse local files, and I'm going to find that document that I just did. It's this one right here. Agree to submit. And we click submit. When that happens, yours will show that you've submitted it. I'm signed in. I'm signed in as myself, so it's not going to show for me, but you will get that little preview window. All right. So once more, the most important thing is if you don't know how to do something, then find out. Okay. Use YouTube, call me, write or email me. Let me know that you're having problems. If you need more tutorial stuff, please let me know. I will be happy to post it. Hopefully that helps. Everybody have a great one.